Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to talk about Jackrabbit Relay and its development, particularly its future development and what I have in store for it. Before I get into the future part of it though, I need to discuss an issue that is become very problematic. The frameworks I have for margin trading are just not working consistently. So I am going to have to write my own framework to handle margin trading properly. That is going to slow things down a little bit in terms of progress that can be visibly seen, even though you are still going to see large amounts of updates being posted to GitHub. I need these and I want these frameworks to work consistently. I expect them to work consistently. So if they don't, then I write it myself so that I know it will work consistently. That is at the point that I am at right now with at least 2 different exchanges where the frameworks are very unreliable for margin trading. They do exceptionally well in spot and futures, so they will continue to be used there. But margin trading is going to have its own specific layer. Now, building that layer is time-consuming and tedious, but it will be well worth it once completed. And even though I will have multiple API layers overlapping one single exchange, that's good, because that means I can capitalize on the best of what each layer offers to bring the most to Relay. Specifically, it gives you as the user the benefit to get the best product possible. Now that does, of course, mean some issues that will need to be dealt with that, well, I can't necessarily deal with directly. And that really is the second part of this video. Crypto exchanges that are behind an IP firewall, I cannot directly develop for because they may not allow me access to their test net. I've already had 2 cases of exchanges that specifically forbid anybody within a certain jurisdiction from using their test net and their live system. So if I can't test it directly, then I have to rely on users to help test it for me. That's a tedious and slow process, but still doable. As finances permit, and I can go through the legal process of obtaining a VPS in those jurisdictions, that may change. But for now, if an exchange is behind an IP firewall, I cannot support it. That also means that I cannot accept testnet addresses that are donated. Any exchange behind an IP-regulated firewall will ban your live account if they see my server accessing that testnet you've donated. My server is by law required to be in the United States, since that is where my business license exists. So once I go through the proper process of trying to obtain servers in different jurisdictions, that may change. But for now, those laws have to be respected for the common sense and the regulation necessity of where my server resides. If an account is banned, please remember that the exchange will not give you your money back. You forfeit any money. So while I do appreciate the test accounts for those that have donated them, Please adhere to the laws and restrictions of your exchange and jurisdiction. And I do verify these before I use testnets to make sure it will not endanger your live account. It's one of the many responsibilities that I take serious in developing Jackrabbit Relay. Now, the third point I want to touch on is I have had a lot of requests for support in terms of needing particular payment processors, or one payment processor being limited versus another one. So I've extended the number of payment processors to Patreon, Discord, and GitHub. I'm in the process of setting up cryptocurrencies where you can donate to a cryptocurrency address as well. If you have a payment processor that you use commonly and would like me to try to support it, please let me know. Continued research on Jackrabbit depends upon support, and that support depends upon your ability to have a framework you feel comfortable with. A lot of frameworks are just not very accessible to various parts of the world. So I'm trying to make sure I can represent as many of them as possible within my own legal jurisdiction. Also, I have a new, well, not really new, but newly released product line for my storefront or merchandise. Pillows, tumblers, water bottles, all sorts of stuff available for purchase to help support the software as well. So please take a look at everything. Everything is accessible through the website, of course, and that link is always in the description. I may end up putting all the links in the descriptions here and there, but still, you will always find everything on the main website, including test analysis, runs, cross-references, everything necessary to actually see Jackrabbit in action. So, really, that's it. This is a nice, simple, short video. I just wanted to really cover on those things and make sure I put an update out about what my intended plans are going to be moving forward. The payment processors are going to be just that. I really want to focus all my attention on Discord, as I believe it's better for communicating one-on-one and getting answers across. Articles are nice, but I don't necessarily believe they provide the educational value of a one-on-one exchange that takes place within a Discord server. So that really is my primary goal in terms of moving forward, is more emphasis there. I don't necessarily want to start restricting or limiting based upon article contents, because I think that's counterproductive to what the open source movement is. So altogether, take a look at everything. Let me know suggestions, of course typing errors that exist everywhere. But nonetheless, it is important to move forward with a framework that benefits as many as possible. Thank you, and until next time.